The Bob Dylan Center opening, Ironman Tulsa, the PGA Championship. Those are just a few recent major events that are bringing people from all around the world to Green Country.
So joining us this morning to talk about the city of Tulsa as we prepare for this surge in tourism, we welcome back to the program Tulsa Mayor G.T. Bynum. Thank you for joining us as always. I was saying during the break, you have been nonstop. It has been a super busy time, not only for you personally, but for our city.
Yeah, you know, we spend a lot of the year working on all these different projects, quietly doing all the behind the scenes work. And then it just seems to be that usually you hit the finish line on a number of different projects all at once. And we're definitely in one of those months right now. And it's an awesome time to be at Tulsa.
Team Alchemy, a development team, was selected just yesterday to develop the Evans Fin Tube site. It includes mixed use. It includes plans for a 42-story skyscraper. Tell me about why Team Alchemy, do you think they were the right choice to be the developer?
Well, I think, one, I give all the credit on this to the local stakeholder selection committee that we put together. It's very important for us at the city of Tulsa that as we are putting in plans for the redevelopment of these sites in Greenwood and Kirkpatrick Heights and at Evans Fin Tube, that longtime committed leaders in the area are the ones making the decisions on what happens there, how the land is used, and not just a top-down kind of edict from the city. And so their selection of Team Alchemy, I think, is very exciting for a local developer to be taking the lead on this project. I love the fact that they're going to do a historic rehab of the old Oklahoma Ironworks building there right next to USA BMX's campus. And this kind of investment is exactly why we put USA BMX there. It creates that draw that incentivizes further private investment. And so after sitting vacant for 30+ years, we're going to have something that the community here can be really excited about moving forward at that site.
I know we want to get to the PGA, but we're looking at the skyscraper right now. Are we going to get a new skyscraper in Tulsa?
You know, we have, I think, a lot of work to do moving forward on the financing of this and the governance. That's another really unique aspect of this. They've talked about doing a community land trust for this site that would govern it and manage the finances around it. And all of that we're going to need to work through over the months ahead. But now we know who our partner is that we're going to be working with on that. And it's exciting to be moving forward with them.
We've got the PGA coming to town next week, the Ironman triathlon right at the tail end of it. How do we as the city manage, obviously, police and fire and just residents in their day-to-day operations?
Well, I can't say enough about our first responders here in Tulsa. I was just talking last night with Police Chief Wendell Franklin and Fire Chief Michael Baker about all the resources they're going to have deployed in our community, both for the PGA and for Ironman, to make sure that everyone who's here can enjoy those events safely. And that's on top of all of the work that their teams do day in and day out to keep our community safe. And so while these are moments of great excitement for us as a community to showcase all the wonderful things that are happening in Tulsa, it's also going to be a ton of work done by Tulsa's first responders over the next couple weeks to make sure everything happens safely.
Are we going to be talking about extra shifts or a lot of overtime, bringing in more officers and firefighters?
No, we definitely anticipate a significant amount of overtime because this work is work that's being done above and beyond what would normally be underway. And so we would expect that, but the economic impact of these events to Tulsa is more than going to compensate for the overtime that we will incur providing first responder support for these events.
Got about a minute left, Mayor, and I wanted to just mention the budget. I know that the City Council will be voting on that soon. Talk to us a little bit about that budget, a $945 million, which is an increase from the previous budget.
It is, and what the increase on that, and I think the most important thing for folks to understand is this is a balanced budget and is only spending what we bring in over that time, and the vast majority of the increase in spending that you're going to see in this budget, if it's adopted by the City Council, is keeping up with pay for our first responders and our team here at the city at a time when we're seeing, once in a generation inflation. If we want to keep the best public servants in America working at the city of Tulsa, working in our fire department, working in our police department, we've got to increase pay at pace with inflation so it's not eating into their wages. So that's the biggest expense in this budget that we're looking at.
All right, and we're out of time as always, but I also wanted to just quickly mention the Bob Dylan Center opening. That was a great time, and just one more jewel in this kind of downtown arts crown.
I give all the credit on that to the incredible team at the George Kaiser Family Foundation who had the vision for this, and to Bob Dylan for being a one-of-a-kind American genius who would inspire that kind of commitment. And it's been amazing to see people from around the world in Tulsa this week so excited about this center.
Mayor of Tulsa, G.T. Bynum, a lot to talk about. We'll see you again soon. Thank you.
Thank you.